Hey guys, I'm Simulator Tech, and today I'll be taking a look at the Monsgeek M3. Just as a spoiler, this keyboard, like the Monsgeek M1, is probably one of the best value propositions in the keyboard space right now. This keyboard comes in at $110 to $115 on the Monsgeek website, which is very cheap for a full CNC'd aluminum keyboard. In the box is a rubber coiled USB cable, some screws and silicone gaskets, some Akko screw and stabilizers, a tape mod sticker, a dust cover, some force brake stickers, a manual, and of course the keyboard itself. My unit is in the silver colorway and the case is made of aluminum. The finish is very nice and the board is very hefty. Much like the Monsgeek M1, the M3 retains the thick bezels and the brass colored side accents. The Monsgeek logo is engraved on the back, which is pretty nice, though the sticker, while not too intrusive, doesn't look amazing. The case design is pretty plain, but the side accents as well as the line that separates the top and bottom pieces bring some subtle elements to a very simple case design. Upon disassembly, we can see the very solid bottom case with the side accents. Inside the case is a layer of what I believe is some kind of anti-static material to avoid any potential issues with the PCB contacting the case. The top case is very nice and quite heavy as well. Below the PCB is a thin sheet of foam and a second sheet with cutouts for the hot swap sockets. And here's the PCB and plate assembly. This PCB is absolutely wonderful. It has no flex cuts, it's the standard thickness of 1.6 millimeters, it has south-facing hot swap sockets, it has perky RGB, and it has compatibility with screw and stabilizers. On paper, it's basically perfect for my preferences. There's also a PE foam sheet, plate foam, and a polycarbonate plate, which has silicone gaskets. Alright, let's get into the build. Since stabs are boring, I didn't record them. They're wholly modded and lubed with 205G0 on the housings and wires. For this build, I decided against using the PE foam sheet because I wanted to see how it performs without it, but I did use the plate foam since flexible plates like polycarb are hard to work with without it. And on goes the polycarb plate. On the bottom case, I used the included force brake mod stickers, which nearly eliminated all the case pings, so that was pretty cool. No stock Q1 ping for us today. I installed the protective sheet to minimize the risk of killing the PCB, and I used the thin lower layer of case foam, but not the one with cuts. This is to improve the board's flex and feel, as without that layer there's more room in the case for the PCB to flex into. For switches, I'm going with the Vertex V1 switches. These are manufactured by JWK under the JWIC branding, and they were sent to me by clickclack.io. I have to say, these are one of my new favorite switches, and they cost only 30 cents a switch. Additionally, the packaging is top tier and is something I think more companies should consider putting more effort into. These switches are linear, with nylon housings and a palm stem, which contrary to the current trend is regular length. The spring has an actuation force of 50 grams and a bottom out force of 62 grams, so it's fairly mid-range in that regard. Finally, they're prelubed, and I don't know how they did these, but the lube is so well applied that I can't even tell these from my hand lube switches. For keycaps, I'm using the black and pink dancer set from Akko. These are cherry profile double shot PBT keycaps, and they are really nice. The packaging is really nice, and the kitting will cover nearly any layout you can think of. But of course, the real test is how the board sounds, so let's take a listen. This board sounds amazing. There's not a hint of hollowness or pinging, and even without the PE foam and some of the case foam, it sounds clacky and full. The V1 switches are also amazing. They're super smooth and complement the sound signature of this board nicely. Overall, definitely check out the Monsgeek M3. It's on the cheaper end of the spectrum within the keyboard hobby, yet it provides sound and quality that rivals much more expensive boards. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and thank you Monsgeek and ClickClack.io for sending out the parts. See you guys later. Bye!